Hello, my name is Brian Hickey, and the topic that I have chosen to research this semester was whether or not requiring psychological evaluations for gun ownership would be an effective means to end gun violence in America. I looked into the correlation between mental illness and gun violence crimes and how closely the two are connected. I looked into the statistics of mass shootings throughout the years in America and what trends are to be observed. My current propositional statement is while psychological evaluations are said to prevent gun violence crimes in America, they are not as efficient as society deems it to be and can be inefficient in preventing gun violence acts to occur. My views on gun control laws have actually changed somewhat while doing this research project. At the start of the semester, I felt as though psychological evaluations were essential to prevent gun violence acts from occurring. And while I still think there should be laws put into place preventing certain people from obtaining a firearm, psychological evaluations are better in theory than in reality. The main purpose of why psychological evaluations are even a thing is to prevent dangerous people from obtaining a firearm to potentially use it to harm others or themselves. There is a stigma around people with mental illnesses that they're more prone to committing gun violence acts, and that this is actually a fallacy that society has been led to believe. People with mental illnesses are actually less likely to commit mass shootings rather than someone who does not have a mental illness. Background checks are also somewhat of an inadequate way of determining whether or not someone is capable of obtaining a firearm or not. Just because someone does not have a criminal history right now does not mean they are capable of getting one in the future after they obtain a firearm. All it takes is one time. Also, the FBI database is extremely outdated and is missing thousands of records that could be crucial to permitting ownership of a firearm to the public. I have learned so much about this topic. I did not know that my views on this topic could be altered because I was a little uninformed on some of the cons to psychological evaluations and why they may not be as effective as we want to believe. I went into this assignment leaning more one way and was open-minded and have leaned a little bit the other way. I still consider myself to be in the middle about this topic because America has a long way to go with decreasing the gun violence crime rates, and there's a lot of work that needs to be done. But what is happening right now is not working, so there needs to be some change. It is important to utilize critical thinking when looking at something from multiple perspectives because you are able to see the bigger picture and understand the concept more than you did before you knew all of the facts. When it comes to argumentation, I learned different ways to go about an argument and how to get a point across in a professional and respectful manner.